I am going to take a break from being human and I'm going to play Fortnite. And just take a moment to water your garden, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, I am learning that I want to be an introvert. I have always been an extroverted person, but it's mostly because I've always been put in social situations against my will. And I've used the skills that I've gained from that to be really good at customer service, which is great. My customers appreciate me, and I appreciate them because they always make the day just a little less crazy. Um, yeah, sometimes got to thinking about a couple customers that maybe not so much, but there's always a few. You can't ever have a perfect customer base. There's just always going to be people out there that just have some type of way of existing and thinking. And that's the core of growth. That's kind of like what I was rambling about in the first, what I thought I was doing video, and then I actually wasn't recording that at all. That was a good little rant too. And now I'm just kind of at the like, you have a really good deep thought and then you just kind of reminisce on it and then you just kind of go about the rest of your day doing whatever you do. And so now I'm at the tail end of that. And it's so funny because like the initial video was actually so deep in the source of healing and how you should just accept that other people are going to like view you however they're going to view you, because that's just what people do. Every person has their own perspective on the world, and you can't change anybody's perspective. You can only just accept that you perceive the world the way you do and just live your life based on what you know is right. And that's it. And you'll get the karma you have been putting out into the world in a good, positive way, because you're not putting yourself in a situation where you are like being inconsiderate or being genuinely just aggressive or verbally abusive or anything like that. Like you're just existing, making choices that just kind of like bring you joy, whatever that might be for you, And just don't let the rest of the world like get into your mind about it, because they're all going to have opinions. Every last person you come across is going to have their own opinions on the way you behave and the way you present yourself and the type of things you're interested in or you're not interested in, or just all the different things. There's going to be so much that and it's going to be okay, because that's what teaches you. That's where you gain the life lessons, and that's what shows you like what you did right, what you did wrong. And then there are more obstacles, or I like to call them challenges because it makes it seem a little less daunting. It's just like little video game challenges where you have to overcome the obstacle utilizing the skills you've gained to level up as a person. And I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to kind of be in this mindset, because younger me was not. And so this isn't just for my inner child. This is for my inner teenager who was never allowed to feel anything, like any emotion or demonstration of self. Was like bad. It was wrong. It was demonized. And I felt that all the way until just like a few years ago. And I'm proud of myself for making the changes, because at least I finally started to appreciate myself in a way that I never thought I could. It took a little longer than most people. Some get the opportunity to have it from their childhood. My kids will. It's how I broke my generational cycle. And what freed me up the most as a person is seeing how easy it is to, maybe not easy, but it's achievable. It's something that can be done. And so I work on myself to better myself, not only to benefit my mental health, but also to prevent them from going through even just like a smidgen of what I went through as a kid. Like, because I don't know about y'all, but my childhood was not the best, and emotional neglect was our love language. And I was surrounded by a lot of people that should have never been trusted around kids on any level at all. And I had more life lessons before I was 18 than I did even as a grown adult. In fact, it's what toughened me up the most, I think. And I had to be tough. You don't really have a choice when you grow up in a family like that. You have to be tough, or you will suffer some consequences that you never asked for. So, thankfully to that, I am able to walk through this life on my own. I think about it that way too sometimes, mostly because, like, I have the grit that I need, like, to just go through life, because I don't give a fuck. I just don't. I do not care. I don't care how other people feel anymore. I don't care how it affects other people except for my kids. As long as it's positively impacting their lives and they're benefiting from whatever choices I'm making, that's it. That's all I care about anymore. Like, I could give a fuck less what anybody else thinks or how they feel about the choices I make in my life. Because it's never about them, and it'll never be about them. The only people in this lifetime that have anything to do with the choices I make are my kids. And as long as it's got a good impact on the way, not only that their, like, home life is, but the way that I am treating them, the words that I'm putting into their minds, because that shit sticks with you. Doesn't matter how hard you work through your shit, okay? Even now, and I am at the most healed I've ever been in my life, and I still have every once in a blue moon. It's not as often as it used to be, which is really nice, but, like, very, very seldom it'll pop through. I'll hear my grandmother's voice just saying some negative things, or my great grandmother's voice. Oof, that woman was the most judgmental person in the world, and I will put money on it. She lived out of spite. That woman was solid mentally until she was 94 years old. 2 months. That's it. 2 months that woman was mentally incompetent. Period. She was sharp as a thumbtack, bro. And she knew how to pinpoint on your insecurities and make you feel like dirt for even having them. It was so bad. Loved her to death. She taught me how to she definitely had a lot to teach me. And then my grandmother was just kind of, like, on the same track. Not as bad, but definitely didn't take the time to work on that. She passed it down to her daughters. My mother made horrible choices, but one good choice at least. And I mean, again, my life was not sunshine and rainbows, but from what I understand about the foster system, if I had to choose between the two, I'm fine with the life I have, you know. And yeah, it's it's all just so crazy to think about, man. Every last bit of it. Like, I can't even imagine going back in time and, like, changing any of it, but I also never want to go through that ever again. It's a very interesting balance that you'll kind of start to see in yourself as you continue through the healing journey. It's just a constant day by day. The way you understand people in general, and the way you understand yourself, and the way that the world works will completely change from what you understand it in that toxic mindset. And it's both a blessing and a burden, because it's not like a bad thing, but it is going to sit heavy on you. Like, it's going to sit heavy right here and right here. You're not going to be able to go back to making those terrible choices without feeling like you are ripping your body apart because you're going back and forth between those two, like, ways of life. You have to kind of, like, stay linear to one path, one journey. But yeah, that's my little rant for the night. And I hope you have a good night, because I realize we're at 10 minutes now. And I don't want to keep you here much longer. So if you made it this far, you're great. I love you. Much appreciation. Eat some ice cream. Play some video games. I'm playing Fortnite. And then I'm going to bed. Have a good night. Bye.